Hey everyone, Roger here. Today I just wanted to talk about something that a lot of people have been asking me, and the question that I get a lot is how do you start thinking positively when all your thoughts are all negative? And that's a really tricky question to answer. But fortunately, I was able to, like it was tough for me too as well, right? When I was going through my anxiety and depression, it was really I was asking myself that same question every single day, because I couldn't figure out how to stop my negative thoughts from attacking me, right? But fortunately, I was able to go through my journey and figure out how to stop them and how to also control your thoughts, right? But the thing was, I think I figured it out. It was almost like it happened accidentally to me, because I was searching for the answer, but I couldn't figure out what that answer was, right? But it happened on that day when I decided that I wanted to do something different, because my routine every single day was the exact same thing, right? I'd wake up in the morning, I'd have a panic attack, and I just, my day would start from there. And even before I went to bed, I was telling myself that, the next day was going to be a horrible day, right? So this was kind of like the routine that I had, right? I wasn't creating anything positive for myself. I already created I was creating my future with the thoughts that were going in my head, and I was believing everything that it was telling me, which are all negative thoughts, right? Until I came to a point in my life where I decided that I wanted to make big changes, because I was tired of waking up in the morning feeling the same way, waking up in the morning with the same negative thoughts, and I knew that the only way that I could find changes, or to make changes, was that I would physically did something. Like I couldn't rely on lying on the couch anymore and just wishing and praying that things were going to get better for me. I literally had to tell myself, Roger, you have to get off that couch. And if you want to see positive changes in your life, you're going to have to do some positive things on a daily basis, right? So, there's that one day I just got up and I went downstairs to my basement and I cleaned it. Well, before I cleaned it, I looked at it and it was a horrible mess. I already told myself, there's no way that one person is going to be able to clean it, right? But then again, I reminded myself that, hey, you know what, Roger, if you want to start believing in yourself, you need to try this out. You got to challenge yourself, because at the end of it, if you do manage to clean this basement, you are going to accomplish a great thing. And I think the feeling of accomplishment was something that was missing in my life. And it's such an important thing to feel that accomplishment, because once you start accomplishing things, you start to believe in yourself more, right? And so I tackled this basement, and I didn't know what I was going to get from it, right? But I learned so much, and the one thing I learned most about was learning how to focus, right? If you've been following my page for a long time, you know that I talk about focus a lot, right? So when I started myself in that corner, I started myself in this little corner. I worked my way out of the corner, right? The only thing that was on my mind, for the first time, was to clean the basement, to absolutely get this thing, you know, spick and span. And I went through every single box, and I even vacuumed like the entire thing, got rid of all the dust. But during that time, when I was cleaning the basement, my mind was so busy focusing on cleaning the basement that it didn't I didn't give myself a chance for my thoughts to wander, right? That I didn't get a chance to want like my to let those negative thoughts attack me, right? Because I was so focused on those positive thoughts, right? And the more focus I had on cleaning the basement, the less I started to think about how bad my life was, because there was nothing that was really blocking me anymore from getting something done, right? And if you're sitting at home and you're lying on the couch, or you're lying on your bed, and the only thing you're thinking about are those negative thoughts, guess what's going to happen? You're actually creating this world. That's where your anxiety comes from. That's where um, where you start to worry a lot, right, about your future, because the only thing you're thinking about is, possibly those bad things that are going to happen to you, right? And the thing is that you don't even know if those things are going to come true or not, right? You're just kind of visualizing it, but there's no guarantee that those negative thoughts, those bad things that you're thinking about, are going to happen, right? So at the end of, it took me 3.5 weeks to clean up this basement. But at the end of it, I told myself, Roger, if you're able to clean up this basement by yourself, right, what else can you do, right? And that whole basement resembled my life at that moment. It was a complete mess, right? And as I was cleaning it, it was like I was almost cleaning up my life, like it was almost like a fresh start for me, right? So I started to challenge myself every single day. And as I started challenging myself every day, I started to believe in myself more, believe in myself more and more each day. I started to challenge myself more and more each day, right? And I started telling myself more positive things, right? And the thing is, when you have a mind full of negative thoughts, the one way that you can start focusing more on the positive thoughts, that small little voice that's telling you to stay strong and to always have hope and keep your faith, it starts with focus. You need to basically retrain the way you think. And in order to do that, when you start to focus, you start to have a clear vision, right? And once you start having a clear vision, then you can have, the power to start selecting which thoughts you want to focus on, right? And if you want to have a positive life, then you have to start focusing on the positive thoughts, right? And that's why quotes are so powerful. Positive affirmations are so powerful. The more and more you read it on a daily basis, the stronger your mindset is going to be, right? Because you could spend a whole day watching TV and or watching the news or going through your phone and just looking and listening to things that aren't going to better yourself, right? To make yourself to think more positively, right? You need to start focusing on what you want to absorb up here, right? Because your mind is like a sponge, right? So the more the more positive information that you're absorbing for yourself, it's going to help you mentally, right? And like words are so powerful, right? And if you're given a chance to listen to affirmations every single day, like before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, or even just, like I used to read quotes 4 to 5 hours a day. And that was my way of, absorbing as much positive information as I possibly can. And the more you do this, you create a habit for yourself, right? So your habit won't be when you wake up in the morning, or your routine, wake up in the morning and you tell yourself how bad your life is, you're never going to find your happiness, that there's no rainbow after the storm, and all those things that you're telling yourself that are stopping you from actually getting to a place where you can see yourself happy. You're going to start telling yourself that you believe in yourself, that you love yourself, that, that brighter days are coming, that you are going to overcome your fears, that you're going to heal yourself from your anxiety and depression, right? These are all the things that I started to tell myself on a daily basis. And as I was doing that, I could start seeing the light. I could start seeing positive changes happening. And that motivated me more to push harder, right? And the more and more I did it, and my little steps that I was taking that didn't feel like I was taking steps at all, they started to become like leaps, and as I was taking those leaps, the closer, my life started to get brighter and brighter, right? So everything starts up with the mind first. This is what I learned through my journey so far, after healing myself from anxiety and depression, that your mind matters, right? Everything starts from the mind. You are what you think, right? So if you want to have a positive life, if you want to start thinking positively, then in order to live that kind of life, you have to be responsible for your choices. What are you listening and watching every single day? What are the things that you're doing every single day to make those positive changes so that tomorrow you're going to be a better person, right? So hopefully this video helps. I hope you got enough information. I will definitely talk a lot more about how you can start teaching yourself how to think more positively, because that is so key in order, especially if you're going through anxiety and depression and you're looking for a way to heal yourself. And remember, I do have a series on my YouTube channel called Anxiety and Depression Is Not the End. You can visit my YouTube channel and watch the series. Don't forget, focus is number one. Loving yourself comes right after that. And you know, you have to take care of yourself every day, because the more you focus that energy on yourself, the more you take care of yourself, the better your life is going to be. All right. So again, I hope this video helps, and I'll catch you next one. Take care. Bye bye.
Are you tired of those negative thoughts? Let's get rid of them.
I say yes to life. I have faith in myself. I create my life.
I am a creative person. I have unlimited energy. I feel good.
Nourish your subconscious with positivity. Just listen to Inner Tune and start changing your life, one thought at a time.